Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Thursday. It is the first day of July. Holy cow.
Isn't that crazy?
We're halfway through the year.
I know.
We are officially halfway through the year. I just don't know how that happened. National Postal Worker Day. I have a sister who's a postal worker.
Yes, you
We have a
do.
neighbor who's a postal worker. I
Yes,
have
we do.
a great-grandfather that was a postal worker and several others in the family. So hats off to each and every one of you. Also, by the way, U.S. Postage Stamp Day today. So those two kind of go together. National Creative Ice Cream Flavors Day. What's your favorite creative ice cream flavor? Do you have one?
My favorite ice cream flavor is bubblegum,
I knew you were gonna
hands
say
down.
that.
And I think that's, it's not a typical
I
flavor.
remember
So to
one
me,
time-
that's pretty creative.
Heidi said, boy, I wish they made bubblegum flavored ice cream without the bubblegum chunks. And then she got some and she's like, it really needs the bubblegum chunks.
No, it was really good. I did like it, but I don't eat much ice cream, so I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
It was good.
National Ginger Snap Day today as well. And it is a Thursday, so we have a Dear John letter to get to. It's all coming up.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. A Bloomberg study found that 1 in 5 adults, now if memory serves correct, that's 20%, right?
Okay.
1 in 5 adults are neither working nor studying. So they're not going to school, but they're also not working. But here's the thing. How many of them are retired? I really wish they would have put that. Because when you think about it,
that's
I know a lot of adults who are not working or studying because they're retired. I think this study
It could be misleading.
is very misleading.
Yeah.
All right. A new study from the Michigan University. I don't think they call it that. From, not the Michigan, just from Michigan University. They found 1 in 4 couples choose to never have kids. The study claims these couples who don't have kids are just as happy as couples who do. But they have, what's this? Oh, more money in their bank account. Kids are expensive.
And less gray hair.
Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. A Florida woman is facing felony charges after allegedly assaulting a quartet of hospital nurses. So that's 4?
Why?
The way they have this story written is really bizarre.
Wow.
It was a late night fracas in the emergency room. 28-year-old Rosanna Denton brought into the hospital at 12:30 a.m. Her parents said they thought that she was on drugs and she was, behaving erratically.
Okay.
Denton said that, actually the family said that she might even have needles in her purse that could cause hospital staff some harm.
Okay.
There was a scuffle. She was restrained. 4 victims in the process were smacked around and kicked and hit and punched and scratched. One was spit on.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was arrested.
And rightfully so.
Thrown
She
in
should have
jail. Yeah. You don't do that. It's a bad idea. That is what happens, though, when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by channelsurfertv.com. Walmart has stopped selling what they're saying in this story were fake Kanye West sneakers after a lawsuit. So again, they were not really fake sneakers. they were real sneakers that had a logo that they later were saying, oh, hey, that looks a lot like Kanye West's logo.
Oh, so they weren't really knockoffs.
I don't
they
think
just
so.
were similar.
Yeah, and then remember Kanye West was Walmart was trying to sue them because they're like, oh, hey, your new logo is too much like our logo. I don't know. I think that there's just, so I'm looking here. Oh, I guess these are very similar to something that he had. Anyway, they're not selling them anymore. I had to click on the story to see what the heck we're talking about. I'm going to move on to this next one, Heidi. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are getting a new made-for-TV movie on Lifetime.
I'm so glad that they get to stay out of the limelight.
Yeah, they really.
I think that's
they didn't-
really. I'm really happy.
Didn't want
for
all
them.
the spotlight of, so they're in a bigger spotlight.
It's just such a
It's
joke.
bizarre. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of PureCanna.com. Promo code radio. Madonna is in the news for not one, but two different stories.
Okay.
She is now 62 years young, and she recently put on a performance in New York City with no brassiere. And that, for some reason, is news.
When you have got that kind of money and you can afford to keep lifting them up
I
every
know.
2 years,
And-
it's not that big of a deal.
And again, it mentions in this story's headline, 62-year-old Madonna. So how do you love that they just throw that in the headline? Was photographed this weekend wearing fishnet stockings. Ooh, stop the presses. How is this news?
Because it's unusual. It's like, I
don't know.
mean, women that age, they should be
I
playing
don't
with their grandkids.
I just
not-
don't. You know what?
I can't imagine my grandmother coming walking towards me in fishnet stockings.
But you know what? Your grandmother's not Madonna, so there you go. Pulitzer Prize-winning writer Joyce Carol Oates recently took to her popular Twitter account to poke fun at the latest oppressive language list from a university. Here are some of the oppressive language list words. Picnic. That is an oppressive word now.
How is picnic an oppressive word?
I don't know. Everything going on right now is an oppressive, apparently not word. That would be, what would that be? A phrase? I don't know what that means. And then rule of thumb is an oppressive word. Now, do you know why that is oppressive?
I do not.
I know why that's oppressive. Do you know what rule of thumb means? It's from olden times. Not even kidding. I remember I looked this up because somebody told me and I didn't believe them, but they said rule of thumb was the diameter of your thumb. If you hit your wife with a stick bigger than that, you would get in trouble. Smaller than that, you did not. So that's where that came from. Now, we use it for so many other things now. I don't think anybody uses it for that, but I understand why. At least that's the only one on the list that instantly made sense to me.
I am so sick of all of this. I can't even tell you.
Hey, Heidi, take a deep breath. Count to 3. Cardi B is pregnant, expecting her second child with husband Offset. How do you feel? Better now?
Oh, yes.
There you go. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And it's time right now for Dear John Letters. All right, we get all kinds of different Dear John letters. And this one here, I'm actually kind of excited to see what Heidi has to say. I should write it down. I already have in my mind what I think she's going to say, but
Okay.
I guess we'll find out. We'll also tell you how you can chime in with your advice here in a moment as well. Here we go. Dear John, I started dating a guy about 3 months ago. He's not from around here. He doesn't like to talk much about his past, so I don't really know much. My mom says that's a bad sign and I should break up with him. I think he's just quiet and shy. She thinks he's wanted by the law or something. Do you think he needs to tell me about his past? It's in the past anyway. He's one of the sweetest people I've ever met. I'm falling for him big time. I was even thinking to myself before writing this message, what if he was a bad guy in the past? If he's a good guy now, isn't that all that matters? What do you think? Signed, Wondering Woman. What do you think of my name for her? Wondering Woman.
I see what you did there.
It's like Wonder Woman, but different. So, Heidi, what do you think?
We have had a situation in our
It's exactly where I knew you were going to go.
with a family member who had a similar situation.
I don't know if it's similar. It wasn't this person didn't want to talk about their past. They just completely lied about their past.
It was
And then we
not
found
good.
out this person was in the witness protection program.
I think in order to be in a relationship with somebody, you do need to know them and where they come from in order to be able to understand them when complications arise in the future. I mean, because they will.
Yeah.
You need to be able to understand why they react the way they react, why they say the things that they say.
a lot of that is tied to how you were brought up, but that's not always hardwired that way, because there are some people that had not such a great childhood, but you know what? They said, I am not going to live my life that way.
Right.
So I can understand where your mom's coming from, saying, oh, wow, there's something wrong. Because here's the thing. She's your mom. Moms and dads care about their kids, and they want what's best for you. So they're going to always kind of be, there to make sure that you're doing the right thing. And it's really hard to watch a daughter or a son make decisions that are maybe not the best.
Right.
And, it's really tough. So I see where your mom's coming from, because she's going, hey, you need to know this stuff. Now, here's what I would do if I were you, because it's saying, okay, what do you think? So I guess it's not really asking, should I break up with him? She's not asking that at all. She was saying, so what if he was a bad guy in the past? If he's good now, isn't that all that matters? What do you think? I would say yes and no. Depends on how bad he was in the past and what he did. So again, you don't even know if he did anything.
Right.
But here's what I would do. I would have just an open conversation with him. And if you're falling for him, and hopefully he's falling for you as well, I guess the other question she asked, and here's, do you think he needs to tell me about his past? If you want a future together, you should certainly know a little bit about his past.
As somebody who watches way too much forensic files,
I knew where Heidi was going to go.
I mean, I've seen too many of these women who fall in love with, oh my gosh, he's an amazing man. And next thing you know, she's stuffed in a trunk and thrown in a river. And, so you do have to be careful, especially this day and age. I mean, you've got to be careful.
So here's what I would do. Be honest. Don't go snooping around and, trying to find stuff, because that's not good. But just say, hey, you know what? I really like you. I like being around you. I like being with you and all that. But, my mother's concerned, and I'm a little bit concerned that I really don't know anything else about you. Can we just talk a little? I know you don't want to talk a lot about your past, but can we talk a little bit about your past? And if there's like a brick wall there, then maybe that is a red flag.
Yeah.
If there's like, I don't want to tell you who I am or where I'm from, there could be some concerns. But right now, it doesn't sound like he's not saying it. It's just he's not really, a talkative person. And the question, if he was a bad guy in the past, but he's a good guy now, isn't it all that really matters? Again, like I said before, my answer to that is yes and no.
People can
change.
But they can also be deceiving.
Yeah, people can change for sure. I've seen amazing transformations.
I have too.
But there are catalysts for that. Very rarely somebody just wake up one day and go, I'm going to change now.
I'm going to be different.
So, hopefully, if they were bad, again, there's nothing saying for sure he was bad in the past. But if he was bad in the past and he's good now, you'd want to know what made that change too. At least I would. Anything you want to add, Heidi?
Nope, I think we're good here.
We've answered this one to death, haven't we? That is a Dear John letter. If you would like to chime in, you can do so as well. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Some planets produce diamond rain. Okay. Really?
No.
Saturn and Jupiter are gas giant planets that produce a truly unique form of weather. Recently, scientists discovered that there are plenty of carbons in these atmospheres. When carbon soot gets hit by lightning, it hardens into graphite and falls downward, where the pressure of the atmosphere would harden it further until it becomes a diamond. Storms on places like Saturn and Jupiter may literally rain diamonds as big as a centimeter across.
Wow.
So why are we going to Mars when we could just blow right by Mars and get to Saturn and Jupiter?
Exactly.
So somebody head there just with a bucket and scoop up some diamonds. If these scientists are right. If they are, it's today's fun fact. If not, it's still today's fun fact. And
They're
now
probably
you know.
not right.
You never know. But now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Thailand. A family in Thailand got a huge surprise when an elephant burst through their kitchen wall to search for food in the middle of the night. Can you even imagine?
Goodness.
Yeah, sitting there, taking a midnight snack, and all of a sudden an elephant screeches through your wall. That would be pretty darn scary. So, I don't know. That would not be fun. I can't even. I can't believe if I didn't say I love elephants.
I do love elephants,
but not if they break through your kitchen wall, right?
No, that would not be good. I would be very upset.
Me too.
That's probably why I don't live where elephants just kind of roam free.
Exactly. But this is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A man has been arrested after shooting at a female employee of the Postal Service outside of his home in Florida. The incident occurred at the Tower Villa View community shortly after 3 p.m. It says there was a scene, SWAT team, everybody showed up. According to the USPS, the female postal employee arrived at this home and spotted a man brandishing a rifle. She fled to her vehicle. That is when the man fired at least one shot at the vehicle.
Gosh.
Luckily, she was not injured. Police were called to the scene. The man surrendered as he laid on the ground. Police are working to determine why the subject opened fire.
On a postal worker.
A bizarre story that is. I have no idea. Hopefully there's an update. This happened, a couple days ago for sure. So I have to look and see if I can find an update because I don't get it. That is why it is today's Weird News, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com. A Tennessee woman facing federal charges after a United States Postal Service investigator said she mailed packages containing human blood-stained feminine products and feces to her husband's former wife. Wait a minute, what? Her husband's former
So she's got
wife.
him. It doesn't make any sense.
37-year-old Della Marie Gibson Latham has a lot of names. She's in trouble for violating Postal Service rules by mailing biohazard materials.
Oh, that's
These
just
things
nasty.
are waste. They're not permitted in domestic mail. Anyway, she was voluntarily interviewed back in April, employed as a registered nurse, by the way. She mailed these packages containing feces and a letter containing blood-stained feminine products to her husband's ex-wife.
That's super classy. Classy.
She said she mailed the products because she wanted the kids to know the truth about the ex-wife, saying she was lazy and didn't work and lived off the system. And anyway,
how would that tell them
I
that?
don't know. She got in trouble.
Yeah.
And it's just weird. It's today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by Time4Rehab.com. Heidi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. This one's going to be tough because it's one of those names that could just be anything. Woodlake. That's all. Just Woodlake. Ethel, Louisiana.
I'll
Woodlake.
say
Is it a golf
Woodlake
course
is a
or is it a
rehab center.
You say rehab center?
Yes.
And the answer is Rehab
Nice.
Center.
This
Heidi
is
on
like
a
3
roll.
days in a row.
Yeah, you're you're doing great. You know what?
Are you
So far-
disappointed?
No,
You're
I was going to say,
disappointed.
so far you're at a perfect streak for July. It's July 1st. So you're doing really good for the month of July. So that's good. We'll see if you can keep it going. Hey, tell you what, if you get them 100% right the entire month of July, I'm going to give you a prize.
Oh,
I don't know what it'll be.
okay. I don't think that's probably going to happen,
Saying,
but
if you
all
do.
right.
All right, that is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by Time4Rehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. And this, I think, is a pretty darn cool story. Role model inspires boy with Down syndrome to compete in a mini triathlon. So it says, heroes come in many different shapes and sizes and abilities, but they all have the same superpower to lift the hopes of others. A teen with Down syndrome recently completed a mini triathlon after meeting his role model, Chris Nickick, the first person with Down syndrome to complete an Ironman triathlon.
Wow.
14-year-old
That's cool.
Caleb Pruitt had a closed mindset of what he could accomplish. He's got Down syndrome. And he was like, I can't do this, and I can't do that, and I can't do this. Then he met Chris. Then he goes, wait, I can do a lot of things. He said, if we had a poster of Chris, it would be in Caleb's room. That's what Caleb's mama said. Last November, Chris finished a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike ride, and a 26.2-mile marathon for the Ironman Florida competition. 16 hours, 46 minutes, 9 seconds.
Wow.
So that is amazing. And it says, I don't remember when I stopped crying after Chris crossed the Ironman finish line, to be honest. I couldn't help but just cry and cry and cry. And Caleb, that's her son, said he felt that too. So these two are like big old buddies now, which is really, really cool. And now because of that, the younger of the two, the one that's looking up to the older one, is getting involved in doing these things as well. So I think that's awesome.
I couldn't complete one of those things.
Oh, there's no way. If I had a car and a boat, and a moped or something, I don't know. But even then, I don't know for sure. I've got a link to
then
this.
we'd stop for snacks.
Yeah, I got a link to all of this in the show notes, and this is a great story. If you just need an uplifting story, you can find this one in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.